What's up, everybody? Welcome into something that's not called, or might be called, Trust the Tape. I'm Jeff Cavanaugh from DLLS Cowboys Show. And this is Bryan Broaddus from 105.3 The Fan, Love the Star podcast, hanging out with Vach, all of the different things. And it's his birthday. So, first of all, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bryan Broaddus.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Appreciate that. Very kind of you.
I generally stay at a certain energy level and sort of in character when we're
hmm
doing these things. Not that it's totally a character, it's mostly just me.
Yeah.
But a very heartfelt thank you to you, because without you, I do not have the career that I had.
Ah,
And more importantly, thank you for being an amazing friend and a great crawfish chef.
appreciate that. A couple of different things that you have learned. I think the crawfishing is becoming part of your staple, so you don't need me as much anymore, which is sad. But I can now sit there and watch while you cook crawfish,
Yeah.
which is outstanding. You and David Hellman have picked this up very quickly, and it's been my pleasure to work with you of all these years. With the stuff I've always said this about you guys, you and KT and the Dane Bruglers and guys like that. You guys had full-time jobs, full-time. Hey, let's do 5 hours of radio like I'm doing now, and then come to Valley Ranch or the Star and watch 4 more hours of film or work until midnight and get up and do it. And you guys did it every day. I was there just working, watching tape. You guys had jobs coming over and then working and trying to get better at this. And I'm the one that needs to thank you guys, because the draft show would not be what it is. As long as run we've had with the draft show would not be without you and KT, Dane Brugler, guys like that, David Hellman, that have come on and worked really, really hard at something that you could have just said, we'll get our lads and read and don't, no, you guys chose the most difficult path to do it in, and I appreciate you doing that. I was funny because I was always thinking about that. If you had to hire guys, if you could go back in time and hire guys to work with you on the scouting staff, you, KT, Dane Brugler, Aisha Morrison, folks like that, I would absolutely love to have on the staff and be working with guys like you.
Boy, that one, I would have got fired on Sky Moore, though. You'd have been like, look, Jeff,
Tell you what, man, if
bad
Sky
news,
Moore's
brother.
if Sky Moore's your only mistake, then we're doing pretty good. I know that would have been a battle about Sky Moore, but hey, listen,
I found
you can
another Sky Moore, unfortunately.
only watch the tape. Who'd you find? Who's your other Sky Moore?
He's better than Sky Moore. It's actually my next Jackson Smith and Jigba, Emeka Ibuka at Ohio State. Love him.
Yeah, he's a nice player too. Yeah, man. In fact, I was curious about this kid. He is such a great athlete. I saw a story on him one time, real quick. He just took up golf, and go and look at, there's some videos of him playing golf.
I don't want to look, because if he got good, that pisses me off. Golf's hard.
His swing is beautiful. Ohio State has one of the best school golf courses in the country. Jack Nicklaus, of course, was a Ohio State grad, so the reason why they have a great course. Them and Stanford for college courses. It's a beautiful course, and he's out there. They're following him. A man has got a swing like he's a pro. I mean, he's flexible. He's turning on the ball. I mean, you're like going,
out.
Dude, you just took up golf. It's
I'm out on him.
Watching Larry Fitzgerald, like a really good receiver, play golf.
I'm out on him. Hey, shout out to our friend Foots, who is in the chat. He said,
"Hey, Foots,
happy birthday, BB."
Thank you, Foots. Foots has been putting out a lot of content. I've seen some mock drafts and stuff like that.
I did something with Foots yesterday that went up today,
okay.
And
I love when we can all work together like this. It's a lot of fun.
Foots is a beast. So what I want to do today, Bryan, if you don't have a problem with it, this is what I want to do. If you don't have a problem, look, if you want to talk about the Carolina Panthers, feel free. I think the Cowboys
they got some things on offense you have to worry about. Their defense is going to be a problem for them. That's kind of my assessment right now.
They can kind of block. That's nice.
No,
they get a lot of Chuba.
Yeah, you're going to get. It's funny with Chuba. Chuba's had success against teams that are poor run defense teams. If you look through you look at the yards per carry and watch the tape, he kills teams that don't play good run defense. The last couple of weeks, they've faced some better teams when it run defense. Philadelphia, Kansas City, in that game, and then also Tampa, about 3.5 yards a carry, a little bit better up front. And those are problem games for him. But you go out there and play poor run defense, he will average over 5 yards of carry on you. And
That
so,
could be
yeah,
good. That could be really good. That could be really good.
well, you need to watch the other side of this
I
because
don't want to.
nobody runs the ball more again. Nobody faces more rushing attempts against them in Carolina, and nobody gives up more yards than Carolina on the ground. And
Perfect,
nobody really,
Brian.
and
My
nobody
head
really
coach is going to throw this ball, baby.
there's no question because they don't really sack anybody and they don't get a lot of pressure. So
Oh, no.
this could be an interesting matchup this week.
Yes, it is Brian's birthday today, so it's happy birthday to Brian. And in the chat, what I demand from you right now is, who do you want the Cowboys' first-round pick to be? Thank you, because I want to play a little draft game with you. The Cowboys picked 12th. As of today, they picked 12th.
Okay,
so we
you
only
could,
need
you could
12.
go you could go on a 5-game losing streak here and get that thing way up there if you want. I mean,
that would be great. That would be great.
It's kind of looking that way right now.
But the game I want to play is just working our way, and I won't hold you to any rankings from today moving forward. But what I want to do is we just have to find 12 players.
Last night. I saw a good guard last night. Have you seen Tyler? You don't watch guards. Tyler Booker.
I will watch guards.
Tyler Booker from Alabama.
All right, I'll watch him. Are we taking him in the top 12?
No, but I just
chill out. He's not part of this game, bro.
I watched a really good guard last night.
Shame on you.
Go ahead. All right, now you're going to put me.
Shame on you.
Go ahead.
Hold on, there's a super chat from Andrew. Trying to think of realistic head coaches that the Joneses want. Why do I keep thinking Kellen Moore is the next head coach of this team? Was a Jones guy and Dak loves him. Yeah, wow.
Interesting. That's an interesting thought. I mean, that was interesting. That to me, the whole thing about, real quick, if I could, the whole thing about this is, if I'm the Joneses and you want to interview for this job, I better have the opportunity to damn well know who your staff is. I want to know who you're bringing to the party. I want to know your offensive line coach. I want to know if you're the primary play caller. I don't have a problem. I know you and I had this discussion the other day. I don't have a problem with Mike McCarthy. I just don't want Mike McCarthy calling plays anymore. That's my problem. So if I'm the Joneses, I'm not just going to have a Johnny Walker Blue and in 2 days we're going to have a coach. I'm not interested in doing that.
I mean, we can go find a new play caller. We just got to find a guy that wears joggers and is in his early to mid 30s. That's pretty much how you identify a play caller.
Mike McDaniel, though, there are people talking about he's in trouble potentially down there in Miami, and I'm like,
come on down.
Okay, come on down. Him and Bob Saleh. Come on. Let's go.
I think the 49ers, you know what? They're not good anymore, so they should fire Kyle Shanahan. I'll take him too.
You know what? He's done a miserable job there, and he does need to be our next head coach. Yeah.
Ginty is the obvious pick, but I'd consider Burden or Abdul Carter. Trade up Mason Graham. And here's the thing.
Who would you like over? And I know you've seen all three. Would you handicap them? Would you go Burden, Carter, Ginty? Is that how you would do it? Or would you do Carter, Burden, Ginty?
Oh man. That's the whole point of the
game. That's a really good that question there.
Okay, you know what? We'll get to that.
I really do. I like Burden. He's Missouri. We got to remind ourselves, Jeff. We got to tell these people who these guys, where they're from, so folks don't get lost.
Abdul Carter is a Penn State edge guy, 6'3", 250.
Can play,
kind of Parsons-ish. Not that
where's number 11?
Yeah. Kind of Parsons-ish in that he's a small edge guy that's super explosive. Mm-hmm. Ashton Genty's the Boise State running back who's going to finish second in the Heisman.
And that's a shame.
And Luther Burden is a wide receiver at Missouri that's like 5'11", 200 maybe.
Perfect size for how run after catch is incredible with this.
Yeah, and he just beats your ass after he catches the football.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as a team, we're going to have to – I'm not going to answer your question yet because as a team, we're going to put it together.
Okay.
We need 12 names because in theory, we can have one of these guys, and we just need 12. So I want to whittle it down to the top 12. And see, is there a drop off somewhere? Is there more games we need to lose, or are we good with this? And we're
you're very capable of losing games now. Well, you start you continue to lose some of your better players. You're in that mode right now.
Do you guys not know who Tet McMillan is? He's like Mike Evans 2.0. I'm very familiar
with
him.
But we got to lose. We got to lose a lot more games. Yeah, we're very familiar with that player. We got to lose more games.
Yeah, he's a gigantic wide receiver at Arizona with the catch radius of the equator. That's a nice mover considering how big he is. Yes. Got it.
Well versed of the young man. Yes, he's a good looking player running. Does he ever let the ball get to his body?
No.
It seems like it reminds me because I was with Sterling Sharp And Sterling, we used to wear, like back in the day, they had these neoprene, I think I said it right, scuba gloves. Like in cold weather, they played scuba gloves. Favre would throw it, and you'd hear this thump, 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 thump. Every time it hit his hands, and the ball never got to his body. It just, everything was extended, catch it, turn, go, catch, turn, go. It's like that. That kid's that way. That's Tet. That's him. Yeah.
You're not going to hit his shoulder pads with the ball. Andrew, have you watched James Pierce? Will we be in a position to take him, or is DN not playing round one? James Pierce is on my agenda today. I promise Brian's watched him. He's a first-round edge rushing prospect.
He is, but man, I would not be comfortable taking him in my top 12. How about that?
Okay. So let's start here. Colorado wide receiver and corner, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Comfortably in our top 12?
Absolutely. And I think real quick on this too, you and Vach see him more as a corner. I see him more as a wide receiver. But
no, I see him as I would put him at wide receiver.
Oh, okay. My bad. My apologies, Jeff. My apologies.
I mean, the hard part is that I just have to find a way to get my brain to let go of the idea that I think if you're a member of the defense, you need to be a member of the defense.
Yeah.
And you can come in on offense. So like, I think in my brain, that's easier than being a full-time receiver who plays dime.
Yeah.
And so I get it if he's going to be a corner, but just watching him, I'm like, dudes can't stay in front of him. I want the ball in his hands. Like, that's what I want. But either way, we don't get to have him.
Okay. That's one.
Travis Hunter's in our top 12.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me pull up my board. Yeah, you better believe I have a board. Do you have another corner in your top 12? Would you be comfortable taking Michigan's Will Johnson, 6'2", 200 pounds?
Don't think so.
Oh, wow. Okay, I would, but you're okay. You don't.
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, I think that he is more. I worry. I love the 6'2" and the 205 or whatever he is. I think he's a little bit. I worry about him playing man coverage, and I worry about him being able to turn and really go and run.
Okay,
I think the length and all that. But you know what? If you want to put him there, I would lose that battle in a room. If we were sitting with just me, you, KT, Aisha Morrison, Dave Hellman, Dane Brugler, I would lose that battle.
I'm gonna put him to the side where he's not in.
No.
We're a team, Brian. We're a team. You're on my team.
Right.
You're on my damn team, okay? And for the moment, we're going to set him over there.
I've been wrong too, so let's act like I've been right about a lot of things. But
I'm just going through my first-round grades, and then if there's any that you don't like, we're going to set them to the side.
I got the Travis Hunter have a gas mask video.
Yeah, we only want Travis Hunter.
Why not? Why not?
Only want Travis Hunter.
Why not?
Well, I think you might be out on this one too, and I like him. Malachi Starks. Georgia safety.
I like Starks.
Okay, so Starks is safe in our top 12.
If I think the more that you were winning, I thought that he was somewhere between 12, 13, 14, somewhere right in that area. So yes, I would take him. Yes.
And I do think it's important. I loved what Dane Brugler can make words better than I can sometimes.
He's gotten really good at this stuff.
Well, he told you and Vach, and I'll be using this all draft season. There's a rule in this draft.
Yeah.
Because in this draft, I don't have a bunch of offensive tackles that I love or edge prospects
that's true.
Polished and ready, or top end corners that I want to take an early pick on. I don't have dominant defensive tackles. I have good prospects, but I don't have, Myles Garrett's not in this draft and Aaron Donald's not in this draft, et cetera, et cetera. In this draft, a well-rounded safety who's physical, can line up over the slot and play man, play a deep half. I can use a top 12 pick on Malachi Starks.
Give me that guy that plays at Detroit that can cover in the slot.
Ryan Branch.
Give me that guy.
That's what I want Starks to be, and I don't think that's fair. But
anytime we start thinking about Jalen Ramsey and Brian Branch, these guys who are like, was he going to play corner or safety? No, you just draft him and throw the son of a bitch out there and let him play. I mean, it doesn't matter. Next time we always, we kind of like, we have these discussions about these guys. Just draft the dude and plays. And I think this safety from Georgia's got some of that in him.
All right. We're trying to make a list of 12, and Johnson's off to the side. Travis Hunter is number 1. Malachi Starks is behind Hunter.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we're just moving it along. I'm just working my way right to left across my board, not in order of player. Would you use a top 12 pick on Georgia linebacker / pass rusher Jourdan Walker?
Man, let me tell you, Jeffrey, with this injury to Overshone and the possibility of at the end of this, Kendrick's walking because it's a 1-year deal, and they really don't like Damone Clark. Man, you're really thin at linebacker. I mean, this is it. I hate to do this, but you're going to have to now consider. You're going to have to consider Jourdan Walker, linebacker, Georgia, as an off-ball linebacker. You're going to have to.
I love him.
Because
that dude is stronger than an effing freight train.
He is so much fun. I was watching. Who was I watching last night that they were? Oh, geez, I was watching Alabama. He was playing on the edge, and they hit him, and his helmet went flying off. I'm like, dude, he just put it back on and went back to work. And I mean, he's taken on big old. I was watching the guard Tyler Booker from Alabama. They were just, but my man Walker was just. He was dealing it, and
he smashes into people, and
he smashes into people. He can rush. I think he can cover well enough too. But man, he is an impressive player, and he wears number 11, which is kind of neat too.
Yeah. In front of or behind Malachi Starks, where you would pick him?
I would put him in front of Starks myself.
Me too. I already typed that in because I believed we'd be on the same page about that. Shout out to TX Boss 23. Well, thanks, guys, and have a blessed day. Everybody tell Brian happy birthday too.
Appreciate that. Thank you for listening to us.
Brian is 37 today.
Times
Human
2.
being. Happy birthday, Brian. Look at us go. We're cooking.
Thank you.
Working my way across Jeff's draft board. We're looking for 12 players.
Can I ask how many first-round grades you have so far on that board?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ooh.
11, 12.
Good for you.
Ish.
Good for you.
I'm struggling with the receivers.
Are you really?
Not struggling. We'll get to it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Abdul Carter, Penn State pass rusher. We talked about him a little bit earlier.
Put him up there right behind, in my opinion. Put him up there right behind Hunter, if you would, please, for me.
Figured you might. All right. So we would use a top 12 pick on Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, who we talked about earlier. So just rewind if you haven't. He's a twitched up, smallish edge rusher. Kind of reminds you of Micah. Jourdan Walker, Georgia linebacker, who also rushes the passer off of the edge and hits like a freight train. And Malachi Starks, the very fun and versatile Georgia safety.
I think we got a good list so far if we were picking in the top 5.
Yeah. But here's Brian trying to win games. Michael Williams, Georgia edge rusher.
I don't think I'd have him in my top 12 if you want to talk me out of it.
Williams Johnson. I think the more I watch him, the more he becomes in this draft top 12 guy to me. In most drafts, no, he wouldn't. I just think that it's too much it's a traits pick, right? Like there's some production, but it's very much he looks the part.
I'm sure
there.
I'm sure I'm going to get some more film and he's going to look better, but man, I would struggle with that one a little bit. Really good player, but in top 12, that would scare me a little bit. I've having those Dallas Turner vibes. Remember from Alabama last year?
See, I need the measurables because I feel like Michael Williams strikes me as
he's 6'5", 260, I believe.
He's 6'5", 260. Wow.
Yeah, I think I got that right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a weird year. A lot of the guys.
But I'm having the Dallas Turner vibes. I'm having the Dallas Turner vibes that media scouts have him here, and then when we get to the combine, everybody's going to figure out that no, maybe he's not that. Maybe he's, instead of being a top 8 pick, he's really he's 21st, that kind of thing.
I didn't start him off as a first round guy, and honestly, I bumped him up from 1-2 to 1.
Oh, don't be a coward, man.
I know I did it because
are you window dressing your board? Don't do that either.
I watched all the other edge guys, and I'm like, I can't find a good player, and so then I watched him some more, and I'm like, man, he's better than him at least. Come on.
We're going to get crushed. If you window dress your board, we're going to get crushed over there. Don't do this.
Don't you worry about it. It'll end up.
Oh, gosh. Why are you doing this, Jeff? We used to do this so well. Now you're
I fiddle fart throughout the process, but I end up with the product I want.
You do.
Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
I would absolutely have Mason Graham up there. I think that, to me, when you start to talk about 320-pound guys that move the way he does, sideline to sideline, you could see a lot of really, really good things with Mason Graham playing. I would have him up there right behind the Carters and that kind of crew.
Do you want him in front or behind Walker?
I would put him in front of Walker.
All right, we are Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, Jalen Walker, Malachi Starks.
Yeah.
I like this guy more than you do. I already know this, so you can tell
Look at these
me
people.
no.
Look at Vinny. Look at Vinny saying, "Stay strong, Jeff." What do you don't do that,
Thank
Vinny?
you, Vinny.
That's not Vinny. That's not supportive.
Thank you, Vinny.
You're not helping. You're enabling Jeff to like window dress his board. Don't let him
Thank you,
do
Vinny.
that.
Look, I'm just trying to figure it out. We're working our way. Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle, Texas. And in my mind, he's offensive tackle in the NFL, and that's no problem. But if I move him to right guard, I'm going to give his Hall of Fame speech.
Okay. I put him on the board.
No. Would you have him in your top?
No. Absolutely. Absolutely.
In your top 12?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Where? Bottom?
He would be near the. I have a little bit more a problem with him with balance than others. I saw where he won the Lombardi Award last night, which is given to the best college player for, Joe Burrow's won that award. There's been some very quality players that have won that award. I personally like, and I don't think you're going to get to him. I like Josh Simmons, the tackle.
Oh, I will get to Josh Simmons. I have a first round on him.
Okay, I think to me that when you look at
check the knee. He jacked up a knee. His agent says he'll be fine.
With Banks, I know his agent is. It's that guy down in Miami.
Rosenhaus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll be fine. Don't worry about him. Draft him, please. Yeah, I would have Banks at the bottom of that list myself.
Okay, and Simmons, would he be in your? You could pick him in the top 12.
I absolutely. Now the problem is going to be the knee, and but
we don't know, so let's just not worry about it for the moment.
Let's not. Yeah.
You want him on? Like what I'm saying is, don't worry about the injury for the moment because we just don't know. So just the player.
Have you seen the player?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Well, let's trade off. You really, really like Banks, right?
I think put them both on.
Okay.
Because I don't have no first round grades not to.
Yeah, I would. Okay, as we get through this list, if we get our 12 guys, I can probably better navigate it. But go ahead with this.
Do you have the LSU offensive lineman Campbell on there?
I would not consider him in my top 12.
Okay, so now we did Hunter. Tet McMillan, Arizona receiver.
Absolutely, yeah. Put him up there. He should be like your 4th or 5th player.
All right, let's take Starks down, and for now we'll put him there.
I would take McMillan over Starks.
Luther Burden, Missouri wide receiver.
Oh God, I love me some Luther Burden. I would have him. I say I love him, and now I'm thinking of the 12 names that I have up there.
You like him better than the offensive lineman?
I would put him above those offensive linemen. Yeah.
You like him better than Starks?
That would be no. How do you feel about that? You're my wide receiver guy.
It's hard, man. I hate trying to sort them out because a part of me is tempted to put Emeka Egbuka.
Wait, you keep asking me then. Just give you. I think if we get 12 names, we could sort them out. I think if we get 12 names, we can sort them out.
So I have 9 right now, and in the next guy who I am considering, and I think I'm going to do it. Yes, Emeka Egbuka is going to be a first round grade for me.
Okay, I can't go.
That seems I can't pick him at 12.
I can't pick him. Not if Burden's on the board.
Right. Not if Burden's on the board, but and it just feels weird to have him that high because he, unlike some of these other guys, I don't have the elite trait or whatever to point to. I'm just like, no, he's a good route runner that's tough as nails. He'll block. He gets open on slants. He's a good player that's going to help somebody, but that doesn't seem top 12ish. But maybe in this draft, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's probably more where Dallas has been accustomed to picking, probably 26, 27, right around there. That's kind of where I would have him myself.
Okay, so now what I need from you is fill in the blanks. We have 9 guys, and we pick at 12. We've got 9 guys that made the list based on my first round grades. We didn't do Campbell. Other guys that I've seen include a bunch of the other running backs, D tackles who I wouldn't put in my top 12, another safety, some edge guys. I don't have another top 12 player.
That's a good thought here.
Which means, you know what, Brian, we need to lose. We need to get in the top 9. That's what we got.
This is where now, if you don't have it, this is where you could start to think about Will Johnson. I mean, I will say,
wait, you know what? No, here's the good news. Good news is I haven't watched a single quarterback. 2 or 3 are going to go.
Oh no, there's no question about that. I mean, and that's
So maybe this is the only list we need, because if you can say that Shador and Ward go, maybe Milrow, whatever, if 3 quarterbacks go, we are at 12. And so now we get one of those.
Well,
players.
just put all the quarterbacks at the back end until we get them situated. But I kind of feel like that we got a list of guys there. And you know what? Listen, I'm probably going to be wrong about Will Johnson. There's something about him. I
don't have him as a 1. He's the guy I don't like either. I think
it doesn't fit my eye right now. And I know a lot of
Simmons
people
and Banks, watching the Ohio State kid, the Texas kid, and then Campbell. I actually watched Campbell first. I actually think he's the stiffest moving, least fluid one of them.
I kind of feel like that I think that, to me, this tackle group is not what it was last year, man. You could put that tackle group up and go, all right, this guy's this, he's this, he's this, he's this. And this group is a little bit more scary. And what's made it even scarier is the best player I think, in my opinion, has a bad knee. So
and I think
maybe the thing about thinking about, okay, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Do you feel better? Okay, this is going to be tough because you don't think this team is very good at all in the Cowboys.
I do not.
Do you feel like, though, from what you've seen from Hoffman and Bass, that you don't need a first-round guard?
I would like to think I don't need a first-round guard.
Yeah.
I would not be afraid.
But Banks wouldn't be terrible as a first-round guard.
If I think it's the best player, I want to take him. If I think that a guard is the best player,
same way. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. If you could come up with these 12 names that we're talking about, I'd love to have any one of these guys. But I would be a little bit more reserved if this offensive line stuff, because I don't feel as good about it as I do guys like, that we've talked about, Graham, McMillan, people like that.
Oh, I didn't give you one. I'm sorry. Ashton Genty.
I thought we had him on our list.
Did I know we didn't put him on there. I skipped right
over
him.
I love
left to my running backs.
Me personally, I would battle for Genty to be right behind Hunter. Myself, I would.
If you had the number 2 pick, would you pick him?
I think I would.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, this is what's crazy. I mean, I am trying to minimize any type of mistakes. I know I might have this guy for 5 years. I get it. I know that. But then again, I might not have my damn job. And maybe I don't have my damn job if I'm picking a running back 2nd overall. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to minimize any kind of mistake that I might make.
I get it. Top 12. I don't want to miss either. Missing sucks.
This kid, there are so few holes in this kid. So everybody will say, well, Broaddus, he's got a lot of carries. He's got this. He's a running back. Folks, I understand. And you know what? You're not wrong. But I'm trying to just give me the best player. And Dallas has had success doing this. When you and we've talked about the CeeDee Lamb stuff. When we thought they were going to take an edge rusher from LSU. And what did they do? They said, no, we're taking this guy.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow. And it works out. I think those things work out. But I also know in 5 years, I might not be a general manager anymore, and it might be because you take a running back. But I know one thing, this kid will come in there and he will play at a very, very high level for me as long as I'm there. And then, and then we'll have to do something else. But I think this kid is a difference maker in so many ways with that.
I love it. I love the conviction. So, and that also gives us what I think is a list that says if the Cowboys can stay as high as 12 or 13, we feel good about the player they're going to get. But the fact that there was 3 guys that might be in that group for a lot of people that we set to the side means we probably don't want to fall as far as 15 or 16. And that's the exercise I wanted to do is where do we want to be?
I think it's a really good exercise, and I'm really happy with the names. And the offensive linemen, I said, scare me a little bit, but I think the receiver, the safeties, the defensive tackles, if you fall, Jeff, me personally, if I fall, say, into 15, 16, 17 range, I'll tell you this, that Michigan, that Kenneth Grant.
Oh, you're going to take you a 340-pound nose at 15?
Man,
in this draft.
But I will say this, I I think there's a concern legitimately at running I think I feel better about Rico Dowdle. I really, really do.
Yeah, they should offer him 3 years, $12 million right now.
I think that Rico Dowdle is, it's not making me have to think about drafting. Maybe I don't have to have Ginty. I'm just trying to my very best to take the player that has the least amount of holes in the first round and it's not going to bust. That's how I look at this.
Super chat from Marcus. We need Carson Beck and Quinn Ewers to ball in the playoffs. They can sneak in the top 10, push everybody else down low. Yes, cheer for all quarterbacks to get picked. That's what you want.
How bad is Beck? Is he going to play? I mean, I know.
I don't know.
They have an off week, man. He
couldn't move his arm.
Yeah,
I don't know. So anyway, in conclusion, if you've missed this whole thing, the exercise was: can the Cowboys currently have the 12th pick? Can we find 12 guys we would like to pick there? And we have a list that has 12 to 13 on it. We probably don't want to drop further than that. Here is your list. Travis Hunter.
By the way, go ahead. Travis Hunter.
Colorado wide receiver / corner. Ashton Ginty, Boise State running back. Abdul Carter, Penn State pass rusher. Mason Graham, D tackle, Michigan. Trayvon Walker, Georgia, linebacker / pass rusher. Tet McMillan, Arizona wide receiver. Malachi Starks, Georgia safety. Luther Burden, wide receiver at Missouri. What's Simmons' first name? The Ohio State left tackle?
That would be Josh Simmons.
Josh Simmons. Kelvin Banks, Texas left tackle. Who is the Sanders that I put on here? I already forgot what I'm doing. That's Shador because I threw the quarterbacks in. Shador, Ward, the Miami quarterback, Milroe, the Bama quarterback. As long as at least 1 or 2 goes, then we have 3, 6, 9, 10. I gave you 10 other names. We're okay at 12. We're kind of worried about being at 16.
Let me tell you what, Jeffrey, this thing you very well could lose this weekend, and then there is these next 3 games after that. You got teams that are playing for playoff spots. Yeah. This could be a 5-game losing streak you're about to go on.
Break out the tank, baby. Happy birthday, Brian. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate you. Thanks for the exercise. Thanks for everybody in the super chats, and thanks to everybody out there that is taking in the program today. Appreciate you.
We love you guys.